It should be up now. So I'm sorry for starting late, guys. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. I did not finish the process of starting the broadcast. So one out already at the top of the first. Jackson Holiday grounding out to second. Adley Rutschman takes strike one. As now I'm getting the notifications that I did go live. That's on me. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit foul. So technically you have not been revealed on camera yet. And that is probably fine. Yes, hello again. Triska Decca is with me. He's to my right. Believe it or not, I've already said that, but an error on my part. 0-2 count to the switch hitter, Adley Rutschman. I got to turn that down. That's way too loud. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be outside ball one. Doing Orioles Mariners tonight, as you can probably see in the title. Orioles 23-36, not doing that great. Mariners 32-27.
Still better than the Pirates, though.
The Pirates are actually doing very well. As that one's going to be hit to shallow left. In fact, the third baseman there is going to make the catch for out. Oh, out number 2. That was Williamson with the catch. As mentioned earlier, Trisk is here. I don't know if anyone else is, but as far as in person, I'll go ahead and reveal him. That is Triskadeca 13 in the flesh, and you can see the rest of this room. That is not the greatest, most appealing room to look at, as here is Gunnar Henderson batting .262, OPS of .753. That one is fouled back. And yes, I'm changing it up tonight. I was originally going to do Giants and Padres. I'm actually going to save that for tomorrow afternoon. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be hit foul. Orioles and Mariners, two teams I think most baseball fans would have, Orioles definitely in the playoffs. Mariners would have been like a fringe wild card team, but as of now, it's kind of the, I wouldn't say the Orioles are fringe at all. They're terrible this year, as that one's going to be down low ball one. Mariners, on the other hand, they are hanging in there in the AL West. That's last year's record. Let me go ahead and update you here in 2025 as 1-2 count. Actually, the umpire's going to tell the pitcher to calm down as he's moving too fast. Mariners up in the AL West and could just take it outright if they win tonight. Of course, the Orioles are a disaster. Here's the 1-2, and that's going to be hit foul. One and two count. For Henderson. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped just foul. Doing some AL tonight. I mean, if you look at my history, if you look at pretty much most of my MLB videos, it's been all NL. So I guess I just hate the AL or something. But to be honest, I'm kind of like that in the NFL. As here's the 1-2. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He struck him out on a ball in the dirt. So we head to the bottom of the first. Your score 0-0. But as I was mentioning about the NFL, I really like watching the AFC team. So it might have something to do with the fact that the Steelers, they're in the AFC, the Pirates in the NL. I don't know. It's just the way I am, I guess. Braden, hey man, I am back. Nick, hey, you're welcome. Yes, you have the worst luck possibly ever. I don't know if, I'm also joined, if you guys, I guess I can reveal it one more time here. This is the last time. That is Trisk in the flesh, and yes, that is a bed. And yeah, I got a haircut. You can see all that stuff. But, I think Nick has lost I know he lost two of them. What was I can't remember the third one. Dr. UT or Texas Tech up 1-0 right now in the sixth. Really? Wow. I'm going to go with Tech for the upset. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'm going to go Texas Tech. But again, thank you guys for stopping by. As you can see, it is Orioles Mariners tonight. So tomorrow I'm going to do, and I might not see you there, Nick, because you'll be probably sleeping, but I'll be doing at 11 o'clock Central, which will be 9 o'clock in the morning your time, the Diamondbacks play They play the Braves. And then at pretty much once that one ends, I'll be doing Giants Padres at 2. There will be no afternoon or evening stream. I think the latest game tomorrow anyway starts at like 6:30 Central Time, so I don't think I'd be able to make it that far for you in your shift anyway. Took the Braves over D-backs. Okay. Yeah, that is... see. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just looking. Okay. Well, yeah, right now. Right now, the D-backs have a no-hitter. Isn't that insane? You took the Braves to win, and the D-backs are throwing a no-hitter, as that's going to be in there, strike one. Crawford, J.P. Crawford, batting .281, OPS of .786. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there, strike two. Diamondbacks, I thought, okay. Do you want me to laugh?
You don't have to laugh. I didn't know what it was.
Trisk told me I should start fake laughing every time he says something in the chat. I mean, I understand that's probably what's best for business. As here's the 0-2, and that's going to be hit to left. But it looks like that's going to find a glove, and it does for out number one. That's all our teams will win today. Yes, sir. Right now, it's looking like it. Took one for the team. But that is actually insane, though. Just the randomness and how unfortunate you are when it comes to betting. Like that is amazing. Got to contact Guinness World Records. Seriously, this is my life. Here is the first pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss and the ball in the dirt. Strike one. This is Cal Raleigh, or Raleigh, I'm not too sure. Batting .259, OPS of .999. 23 home runs, 45 RBIs. He has a lot of powers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2 count. 0-0 is your score. Of course, we're just now getting underway in the bottom of the first. Povich delivers. That's going to be hit foul. 0-2 count. Got some games going on tonight, of course, and then there's the Panthers up over the Oilers 3-2 in the second period. So a lot of, well, obviously you have the World Series, College World Series, and NHL Finals. Here's the 0-2. That's in the dirt. Ball one. Interesting fact about Cal Raleigh. His mom is from California, and his dad is from Carolina. As that's a swing and a miss, strike three. They flipped a coin years ago. Trisk loves it. I'm glad he does. I've definitely heard a lot better.
Heads Carolina, tails California.
Anyway, here is Julio Rodriguez. That's upstairs, ball one. Julio, obviously a star in this game, though he hasn't really played well this season, batting .244, 10 home runs, 32 RBIs, as this one's going to be tapped to the pitcher. Povich throws to first, and Julio is able to beat it out, and that's why he's a star. You're kind of seeing that speed. He's able to run it out with ease, and of course, one of the better defensive players in the game. He has an arm and can cover a bunch of ground. I got caught up watching the Stanley Cup, so going to go into work late. So we'll be MIO. Hey, you're good, man. I do appreciate you stopping by, whether it's 3 hours or 3 seconds. It's really cool. It really is. Here is Rosarena batting .215, OPS of .717. That's going to be inside ball one. 7 home runs and 24 RBIs on the year. Here is the 1-0. Actually, we have a pickoff attempt, but Rodriguez is back safe and sound. And, of course, as tradition, whenever the away pitcher tries to pick off somebody, fans just hate the sight of it. It's like they've seen just something terrible happen on the field. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's inside, ball 2. Trisk wrote something, and then it was just retracted. Don't be Miami. There are better cities. Night, Nick. I guess that is true. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That's in there for strike 1. Again, I am going to try to do 2 games tomorrow. Nothing really late, though, as there's no late games tomorrow at all. Here's the 2-1, and this one's going to be hit very high, but not very far, as it looks like we see Rutschman make the catch for out number, oh my gosh, my voice, number 3. I think I'm just nervous because my dad's watching. So we head to the top of the second. Your score 0-0. Again, if you like what you see and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. So if you're a baseball fan, hey, we could use you on this channel. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I haven't really done an Orioles game yet. Now, I did do a Mariners game much earlier in the season, as you're going to see right there, about a month or so ago. But, yeah, I'm working my way around. I do try to get, the teams that have subscribers. And I know there's some Mariners fans here. It's been a while, so I do apologize to the Mariners fan base. But I am getting you guys in tonight. But if you're an Orioles fan, of course, let me know. I do try to work you guys in. And again, as you saw, I do a lot of Pirates games, obviously. I mean, you can look at this jersey I'm wearing. But I also do, Giants, Padres, Dodgers, Mets always seem to find their way in here. Diamondbacks are a big one on this channel. So, and it's because their fans are active. And they let me know what teams they are a fan of. So, that could be you. Just let me know, and I'm sure we can make that happen for you. So we're going to head to the top of the second. 0-0 is your score. O'Hearn, Arias, and Cowser are going to be due up here in the top of the second. And I do have a special guest tonight. He's just hanging out, not really saying much. I mean, there's only one mic. I mean, I guess I could.
No, we're good.
Okay, he's camera shy. That's okay. I'm calling the game anyway. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 1.
Just a little outside.
Mm-hmm. He's batting .335, 9 home runs, 23 RBIs. I guess I can remove that so I can hear you more clearly. That's going to be in there, strike 1. See, look, he's not even watching me. He's watching Jaguar in the same room as I. That is crazy when your own father won't support you.
I just typed in there. I'm going back.
Here is the 1-1, and that's going to be hit to shallow left on the run, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Yes, you heard it right. My own father doesn't support his own son. Not the first time that has happened, by the way. I mean, I can probably list off a bunch of examples over the last 28 years.
I let him know that I was going back and forth between his game and the Baltimore-Seattle game.
That's very nice. Okay, here is Arias, and he is going to pretty much do the same thing. Shallow left, but it looks like the shortstop Crawford is going to call everybody off and make the catch for out number 2. So very quickly, 2 down as they're promoting. I don't know why they would do that because MLB TV is a much better deal. Cowser is going to come up. He's batting .150, OPS of .677. And it looks like we have another visitor. A little cat is going to be in here. That one is going to be right down the middle, strike 1. Cows are 2 home runs, 2 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Are these the Baltimore O's or the Baltimore Zeros? Could be both. Could be both. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. I mean, again, not a very good team, Trisk. You know, you're obviously through the cameras. I don't know why I looked over there. But, yeah, Trisk definitely not a great team. They've put up a lot of zeros this year. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be in there, strike 2. 2-2 count here in the top of the second. 2 outs. Cows are with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs on the year. So 2s are indeed wild. Or deuce is wild. I don't really like saying deuce is wild. I don't know why. Here's the 2-2. That's in the dirt. Did he go? He did not. I'd like to see the replay there. That was pretty close. Did check his swing. Will we get a replay? I guess we're not going to. That's unfortunate. 3-2 count. Here is the 3-2. That's going to be a little tapper here to the pitcher. Hancock throws to first for out number 3. More like tosses to first. So we head to the bottom of the second. Your score is still 0-0. And again, if you are not subscribed and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. And if you are a football fan, I'll be doing football later down the road. So hopefully I will see you guys there. Come July 31st, actually. That is right. We're going to be doing the Hall of Fame game. And then we're going to be working a little bit of preseason football as well. Of course, you know, it's all going to be according to whatever region you're in. So we're going to see a lot of Texans, Cowboys for the preseason. But obviously, once NFL Week 1, well, you can kind of guess I'm a Steelers fan as well. But that doesn't mean I'm just doing Steelers games. No, sir, or no, ma'am. I will be doing other games as well. And I'll probably have you guys vote for the other game as well. And then for college, well, hey, I could be doing 2 to 4 games every Saturday, and then I'll be working in some games throughout the week as well. So, you know, Thursdays, I unfortunately can't do Fridays due to work, but, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they are up for grabs. So I will be doing them as well. So hopefully I'll see you there. If you're just a sports fan in general, this is the channel for you. Due up here for the Mariners is going to be Mitch Garver. I think it's Mitch Garver. Moore and then Solano. In fact, I'm going to click on that. Yeah, it is Mitch Garver. It's been a while since I've done a Mariners game, so you're going to have to forgive me. Did do a Mariners game earlier in the season against the Red Sox, and that was a pretty decent game. I remember Wu, he pitched, and he was very good. Very good. He's had a pretty good year. Povich. Looks like a young guy. Texas is up 2-1. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Mitch Garver batting .204, 1 home run, 10 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. 1-0 count. Next year, I don't know. We'll see. I might work in some college. I'll see if I can get the guy to do some of the score bugs, as that's going to be in there, strike 1. So he can add college baseball and softball scores. I think that would be pretty fun. I think I could do some damage there. I don't know. Jaguar's not even doing that for some reason. That's going to be popped up. So the count is 1-2. But no, I think that would be very good.
Some tennis and pickleball.
We will not be doing that. 1-2 count. No tennis, no pickleball on this channel. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt. Ball 2. The only way that makes it on this channel is if I play like a tennis video game or something, or someone catches footage of me playing tennis and somehow hacks my account to post it. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be a little tapper, and that's fouled actually. So 2-2 count. American League. I know, Sean. We changing it up. It's been like 90% NL. I had to do it. Had to get in American League. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be fouled back. But, Sean, I already kind of spoiled my plan for tomorrow. So 11 o'clock, which, if you're doing other things, hey, you go ahead and live your life. This is just me having fun. But I'll be doing Diamondbacks and Braves at 11 o'clock Central. That one's high, ball 3. And then 2:45, I believe that is Giants Padres. I'll be doing Game 4 of your beloved Giants tomorrow. Here is the 3-2. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Henderson throws to first for out number 1. So, yeah, we're doing American League tonight. We'll see how it goes. I do have some Mariners fans that did subscribe, and it has been forever. Obviously, I've only done one game, so this was an opportunity for me to go ahead and make my word good. I still have to get a Red Sox game in there, so we'll see how that goes. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Yeah, when I'm off, I'm able to try to get to. I should have gotten 2 today, but I was doing other things and other places. Got a haircut, and then I had to run some errands, as that's going to be popped up, and that is out of play for a 1-1 count. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be able to do 2 games. So 6 hours of streaming tomorrow. Dylan Moore, 264, 8 home runs. And yes, I was unable to get the screen set for you about the stats. So again, I'll try to get that tomorrow. Probably not by tomorrow, but maybe in the evening tomorrow after the streams. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit off his shin. Oh, that did not feel good. One and two count here in the bottom of the second. What in the world is that? Knowing that the Utes, I thought there was just one T in Ute.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'll finish that soon. Here is the 1-2 to Moore. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, but that one is just foul. All right, knowing that the Utes are up reminds me of Joe Pesci in My Cousin Vinny. And when the Herman Munster judge asks, "Did you say Utes?" Not sure if Dr. DeLay ever watched My Cousin Vinny. Utes. Thank you for that comment, Trisk. Here's the 1-2. That's a swing and the miss. He struck him out.
Did you ever see My Cousin Vinny?
No. It's funny. That's an older movie, correct?
Yeah, but we watched it a lot.
No, we did not, and that's the thing. You controlled everything I could have watched for the first 18 years, plus, actually, of my life. So if I didn't watch a movie or didn't remember it, that's literally on you. Okay? That's going to be outside ball 1.
I think you missed that replay where he stepped off the bag.
Well.
Hey, did you see the out the other day where the guy hit the triple? Where he got on third and he was jumping up and down, and the guy tagged him.
Low ball 2.
And the guy tagged him out when he was jumping. Did you see that? Again.
That sounds familiar.
That was again another high IQ
2-0
play.
count. I think so. I think I did see that.
That was cool.
I think I did see that. Here is the 2-0. That's going to be popped up foul. Pronounced Utes. Utes. Yeah, that makes sense. Because of Utah. Utes.
Yeah, the Utah Utes.
I was saying.
Utes.
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 Yeah.
It's spelled U-T-T.
Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit just foul. Pronounced Utes. Okay, you're right. That makes so much more sense to me. Utah, and I was saying Utes. Utes. Is Trisk both online and present? All right, so I'll do another reveal for the final time here. I actually revealed him earlier. Here is the 210. Now he's looking presentable for the camera, like it matters. All right, that's going to be fouled off. So yes, Trisk did make the trip. You can see a bed frame in the background, but don't look at that too much. So yet Trisk just hanging out, wanted to see his son, and I'm now very low. 2-2 count, bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A ball in the dirt. He does have to tag him, and looks like that was a very easy tag. So we're heading to the top of the third. Your score 0-0. Yes, Sean, my subscriber Trisk is here. See, I'm just all about the fan experience, you know. So all about that. And hey, if you ever swing by, that's fine. You know, and I'm so nice, I keep you off camera too. You know, I don't have a microphone for you. I did provide him a chair because I'm that nice of a guy. I did offer water, he declined. So can't say I was a bad. Hi, Trisk. Is that why you're not wearing your hat out of respect? No, but we'll go with that. Why not? Actually, I have no idea where my hat went, to be honest with you. I usually put it right here beside. And now the cats were in here earlier, and they were wrecking house. I'm very, very happy that they didn't pop that Steelers balloon. Anyway, if you guys are not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. As, again, this is a sports channel where I call random games and might get some videos in sooner or later. I don't know. I hope so. Just really need to work on editing and obtaining, like, videos. I don't really know how to do that. But yeah, I'll be doing football later down the road, so hopefully if you're a football fan, I'll be doing that for you guys as well. Did you offer him some finger foods? I offered him some Great American cookies, and he declined. Yeah, so I tried. I tried to be nice. He declined everything. He did take the seat, though. I like how the little cat, the youngest, isn't really familiar with him, and she is terrified.
Yeah, your brother didn't believe I met Louis Lips.
Well, that's cool. So who we got here? We got Andy Russell, J.T. Kolb, or Cobb. We got some autographs. I don't know if you guys can see that there. Terrible. Ugh. That's going to be down low ball one. Can you read the autographs there? Or? Kobe Mayo's at the plate. 0-1 count.
Andy Russell.
Andy Russell.
John Call.
Here's the 0-1. No, John
Craig.
Call. That was, okay.
Craig
1-1
Wolfley.
count. Craig Wolfley.
Mike Wagner.
Mike Wagner. Know him.
Man, who was the other guy? Tunch Ilkin, of course.
Tunch
passed
Ilkin,
away.
yeah.
Greg's gone. He passed away.
Greg who?
Craig Wolfley.
Oh, Craig Wolfley.
Oh, man, who is that guy?
1-1 count here to Mayo. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Who is that? Darn it, I don't remember. I have a picture with all of them at home.
1-2 count here to Mayo. Hancock sets and delivers. That's inside, ball two.
Do you know who Nick Del Greco is?
I know Al Del Greco, a kicker.
No, they did a morning show. I don't even remember they had.
No, I do not know. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Is Trisk visiting from Reading? Trisk is not visiting from Reading. He is visiting. Well, I mean, he's back home now. If Trisk lived in Reading, well, I don't know. I don't think you'd ever want to live in Reading. Not anymore. No, he is going actually back to Pennsylvania soon, as that's going to be inside ball one. This is Heston. I could not pronounce that last name if I tried. Kirchstad. 4 home runs, 17 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch. That's in there, strike one.
I met the super fan Don.
Yeah, yeah, I know him. I mean, I don't know him personally, but yeah, no, I've seen him.
He's got the spiked hat.
1-1 count here to Kirchstad. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and miss. Strike 2. 1-2 count. I before the stream, before Tris came here, I had spent the last hour and a half downloading sports logos, believe it or not. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be fouled back. So, yes, I am sooner or later. Well, I already have, again, I'll be starting at July 31st with football. I'll be doing my own thumbnails, and I think we'll make it look pretty neat. Have our own little custom look to the channel. Makes it a little more separate rather than just taking these thumbnails off the internet. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be fouled back. So I'm very excited about that. One and two can't. Oh gosh, pardon me. I don't know what happened there. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be hit to second. Throwing to first for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the top of the third. And that's going to bring up Carlson, batting .222, OPS of .648.
You know, I did not know this.
What's that?
Before Terry Bradshaw was number 12, he wore number 17.
When?
It must have been in 1970.
I don't remember that. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen footage of Terry in number 17. Here's the first pitch to Carlson. Checks his swing, but that one's clearly in the zone. Strike 1. Carlson again batting .222 on the year. Last 9 games, though, batting .344. So that's going to be upstairs, ball 1. 1-1 count. Hancock at 34 pitches, working pretty efficiently as of now. Here's the 1-1. That's down low, ball 2. Who is the best all-around shortstop? We got a question here. Trisk, you might know this era, maybe not. Cal Ripken Jr., Alex Rodriguez, or Derek Jeter, as that's going to be chopped foul.
Shortstop?
Shortstop.
You'd have to go Jeter. I mean,
Jeter.
Ripken was good.
Oh my gosh! So I was
but
not.
He wasn't his hitting. Wasn't the greatest hitter. So I mean, if you're just talking defense, maybe Ripken in his heyday. Jeter was good, but remember, Rodriguez didn't play shortstop the whole time. He was third base.
I know,
shortstop.
but he was better.
You think he was better?
Oh, I know he was better.
I think he was a better hitter.
I mean,
again,
shortstop.
Talking...
But he was all. I mean, Jeter is the most overrated shortstop of all time.
I don't know.
Yes, sir. Anyway, well, hey, we're going to look at the stats here. Here's the 2-2, as that's going to be hit foul.
Don't say everything.
I completely agree with that statement. So as a hitter, Cal Ripken, 431 home runs. That's
what was his batting average? 276. Okay, close.
Here's the 2-2. That's going to be poked into left, and that's going to get down for a base hit.
A-Rod was 300, right?
Better all. So Sean is requesting better all-around player in general. So that means I'm going to have to look for defense here. I can't look at gold gloves because, again, Jeter wants so many gold gloves that he didn't deserve. I'm just a hater, I guess. On-base percentage, or not on-base, fielding percentage in the 170s, 190s, 180s. 977 for his career. First pitch here. It's a Holiday. That's in there. Strike 1. Okay, Cal Ripken, solid. 0-1 count. Let me go and type in that overrated fraud. Here's the 0-1. That's upstairs, ball 2. No, I did not type in Alex Rodriguez, by the way. I typed in Derek Jeter. Hit 260 home runs. Batting average of 310, but, you know. 1-1 count to Holiday.
I guess if you're going to go all
Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back.
Ripken would beat Jeter because of his offensive prowess. Although Jeter, I think, had a better batting average.
He did.
But
Batted
Ripken had a lot
.310.
more home runs. but he also had more home runs because he played twice as long.
Fielding percentage was .976 for Derek Jeter.
And what was Ripken's, .980?
That's going to be outside ball, too. I honestly forgot already. .977.
Okay. There's no way A-Rod's was the same. He had a lifetime less. He was probably around .965.
Here's the 2-2. That's outside ball 3. Holiday trying to work this walk. 2 outs here in the top of the third with a runner on. Trying to do multitasking here. And all right, let's look at the greatest of the 3 players. So, yeah, A-Rod's bat definitely way better than Jeter's. And better than Ripken's. 3-2, that's in the dirt, ball 4. So Holiday working the walk. It looked like it was going to be a pretty quick inning for the Mariners, but not so much. Is there a way? All right, so I'm going to tell you the first stat, but you're going to have to hold on a second. So A-Rod's fielding percentage all time, .973. As a shortstop, .977. So just as good as Jeter's, as a shortstop, and he had a better arm. Much better arm. Okay? I'm going to say A-Rod final answer. And that, to me, that's who I thought of at the beginning. 0-1 count here at Rutschman. Runners on first and second here in the top of the third. 0-0 is your score as I venture into the American League, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so the other...
Here's the 0-1. That's inside. Oh, he swung. So strike 2.
The other question is, who played first base and second base for the Yankees in Seattle versus who played first
You can't
and second
do that.
base?
You can't now.
That's going to change your fielding percentage. Someone can make that play. I don't think the Orioles had anybody on first and second base. The Yankees were stacked. So
you're trying to appeal for Ripken.
As a defense.
Here's the 0-2, and this is going to be hit to right, but that one is just foul as the ball boy cannot make any catch.
How many years was A-Rod actually shortstop?
12.
Okay.
Well, no, it wasn't 12.
And Jeter was shortstop longer, wasn't he? And Ripken was shortstop for 25 years.
12 years. Yeah, no, wow. Jeez, 94. So a pass ball there is going to move the runners to second and third. So I guess ever since, well, he was full-time from 94 to 03. But then he played a little bit whenever he was at New York, but not much. I'm going to say A-Rod. Eddie Murray, he was on the Orioles, correct?
Yeah, I forgot about him.
1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, but also foul. So a nice little battle here by Rutschman.
Kudos to Sean for remembering Eddie Murray.
Sean knows his stuff.
I have a
Sean knows his stuff when it comes to baseball. I'm sure he knows a lot about football as well. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to second. Snagged, throws to first for out number 3. So the Orioles' little threat there doesn't make anything happen. So we head to the bottom of the third. It's still 0-0. Luis, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Oh, but he was only
Luis.
played with Ripken for 6 years. So.
Okay, well, I think it's going to be A-Rod. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, A-Rod was pretty solid.
Tell you what, though, this
Doing the Mariners, Luis, which is, again, the first Mariners Red Sox was where I met you. So we're coming full circle here. Of course, I know you're more of a Padres guy. And tomorrow, I don't know what your plans are, Luis, for tomorrow, but I will be doing Game 4 tomorrow of the Giants-Padres. So, don't worry, I'm not going to forget about these exciting games as the Padres up 2-0 on the Giants currently in the top of the third. Pirates moving. I don't know if you guys heard. They moving to 62-0. Is that Trisk's voice? Yes, Trisk is here. I already said I would not move the camera again. He's got to put on the glasses. All right, final face reveal. That is Trisk. So yeah, he is here in the flesh, chatting life before went on the air. That was quite the conversation. As we head to the bottom of the third, it's going to be Young, Williamson, and Crawford here in the bottom of the third. And again, if you are not subscribed and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Again, I call a bunch of random games. Tonight's random game is Orioles Mariners. Not so random, though, considering I do have some Mariners subscribers. Not as much Orioles. As I don't, probably zero, to be honest with you, but I do have some Mariners subscribers. Finally getting back to the Mariners. I hadn't done it, and I do apologize. All right, we begin the bottom of the third with Young at the plate. He's batting 100. OPS of 282. Here's the pitch. That's in there. Strike one. And Trisk is typing away. Whether it's in my chat or not, I don't know. He was actually spotted in Jaguars chat not too long ago during my broadcast. Here is the 0-1. That's upstairs, ball one. So if you ever think that Trisk has been a supportive father, well, I don't know. I mean, he was in another chat while I was live. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's pretty disgusting. Here's the 1-1, as this one's going to be hit to right field, and that one has the distance. It is just foul. Oh, my goodness. Definitely had the distance, but just was a tad bit early. What does Dr. DeLay now have in common with great Tom Grossi? I don't know. What do I have in common with Tom Grossi? Here is the 1-2. That's upstairs, Baltimore. I honestly don't know. Tom Grossi. I mean, we're both football fans. We're both fans of cornerstone franchises. Both had their dad visit the stream. There we go. I did not know about that. I mean, here's the 2-2. That's in the dirt. Ball three. Seth Messersmith. Orioles always beat Seattle. Okay, we got a bold claim here. I don't know. I have to get a fact checker on that. So we'll see how this one goes. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. How has this series gone? I'm actually curious about that. Yesterday, it looks like the Orioles won 5-1, and I don't know if they played Monday or not. It looks like they did not. All time, though, I'm sure it's... I don't know. These teams aren't exactly the greatest all-time teams. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle, but the second baseman was there. Throws to first for out number 2. So 2 away here for the Mariners, and that's going to bring up J.P. Crawford. Solid batter here, batting 280, OPS of 782. Does Andrew Jones belong in the Hall of Fame? That is a good one. I think so. Yes, the Golden Knights, Penguins West, at least the first year. I'm confused by Trisk's statement, as I don't know if he's pretending he's in Jaguars chat or not, talking to someone else.
No, Seth Messersmith is Eagles Knights. Remember, I was.
Oh yeah. So 1-0 count. That's out. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know. He talked about Orioles in Seattle. All right. Let's see here. 2-0 count. So I'm going to look up Andrew. And he was solid. He was very solid. No, he didn't really finish his career solid, but not many people do. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 3. So we head to the top of the fourth. It's still 0-0. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. This is what I do. I call random games, and hopefully you enjoy what you see. And, again, it could be your team next on stream. Hi, Trisk. Dr. Delay should be play-by-play, and Trisk should be the color. Well, you know what? You would think, right? The problem is, unfortunately, we've tried that before, and Trisk is too dominant. He is way too dominant, so he becomes the play-by-play, and then I'm just sitting there on camera not doing anything. So, yeah, I unfortunately, we would not work well in the booth together. I actually get a lot of inspiration of what I do from him because he did do some play-by-play. He would take me whenever I was younger in my middle school or whatnot. He used to do for the local high school for a few years, and he would take me all around these high school areas. So, yeah, I have a little bit – I have actually a lot of, his style here. Maybe not for baseball because I've never heard you call a baseball game before, and I mean, you're not the biggest baseball fan in the world. To be honest, I'm not really either.
Thrown out of the baseball games by the Kirbyville coach.
So Trisk is flexing the fact that he's been ejected before. But yeah, no, I'm a mixture of multiple different play-by-plays, and he is one of those characters. You are actually play-by-play because my color does not coordinate with anything. Okay. Anyway, let me get back to Andrew Jones.
Oh my gosh, Lewis, that was funny.
Yeah, I think it's Luis. Is it? Pardon me. I'm sorry. I think it's Luis. He said Lewis. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's Luis because I have a friend named Luis, and it's spelled the exact same way. So, actually, no, it's with the Z now. I'm a terrible friend. Andrew Jones is really good. That's a tough one. That's going to be outside ball one. Oh, jeez, dude, that's tough. It's like as soon as he left Atlanta, his career ended. That's going to be fouled back, strike one. I'm going to say yes.
How many home runs did Andrew Jones hit?
430 something.
That's not enough for him.
434.
What was his batting average?
254.
What?
254.
No Hall of Fame.
Okay, but as a Brave, 263.
No. Hall of Fame, you need to be no less than 280, unless you have
1 and 2
600
count. Hispanic Luis, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I've Hispanic Luis friend myself.
So
Actually, most of my gamer buddies are all Hispanic. So Trisk says no. So Sean agrees with you. That's going to be called strike three. Gunnar didn't like the call as he was standing there. So Sean is going to say no as well. So he's pointing to the batting average. So I guess, batting average is a big deal in your guys' generation. No, you guys made it clear you're not the same age, but oh well. All right, here is O'Hearn batting .333, OPS of .955. Oh, 1 count. I don't know. I'm going to start making the case now. He had some really good years. Had power consistently in the 30s. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a swing and miss, strike two. But baseball is a little more prestigious, though. There is that. You have to be the cream of the crop. You do have to be the cream of the crop. But, I mean, he was very, very consistently great. A power hitter. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be chopped to foul.
254.
I believe 254 is an area code for Waco area in Central Texas. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 down here for the Orioles, and that's going to bring up Arias batting .271, OPS of .675.
I noticed that Skeens pitched 8 innings the other night and lost.
Skeens did pitch 8 innings and lost.
Only gave up 1
How many times did he strike out? Ooh, probably a good bit, to be honest with you. First pitch is in there for a called strike. 1,748 times. He would be perfect in today's MLB, I can tell you that. Here's the 0-1. That's low for ball one. Nice, Trisk. I like area codes too. What is the doctor's 817? Is that a reference to something and I'm not understanding, or no idea? Would not know. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be fouled back. My area code is 999. 409. 1-2 count. My area code in Pennsylvania, 610. That's going to be outside ball 2. 610, 693, 6789. That was my first. That was the home phone. Long time ago. Here's the 2-2. That's upstairs ball 3. 3-2 count. Something, I don't know. I might have to do the thumbnail soon, to be honest with you. There's just a lot of. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So we head to the bottom of the 4th, and it's still 0-0. Lots of friends with 610. Yeah, it's a legendary. For me, it's legendary. Landline, that was our landline up there. Yeah, 610. Yeah, 610-693-6789. Yep, that was
6789.
Yeah, it was 6789. Yeah, I remember that.
It was 5,000.
No, it was not 5,000. Kind of Mandela effect did you come from? You're not my.
That was the 423.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, if you're not subscribed and you like what you see, well, I'm probably not going to get any subscribers tonight. I'm not even focused on the game. But hopefully you bless me with a subscriber. Landlines going extinct. They are indeed. Businesses still have, or at least the ones around here. But again, if you aren't subscribed, feel free to do that. As again, I do call games. Tonight's kind of might be a little bit of a joke, but it is what it is. But I promise I won't be taking many games like these as a joke. I promise. And I'll be doing football later down the road, so if you're a football fan, for sure hit that subscribe button. Blockbusters. Yeah, rest in peace. Got MLB 2K6 from a Blockbusters. Yeah. I remember that. Bottom of the 4th here, Raleigh, or is it Raleigh? I don't know. Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh.
Raleigh, Rodriguez, and Arozarena due up. Really solid 3 hitters here for the Mariners.
Wow. 3 sliders. And a curveball.
Here's the pitch to
That was outside. Dang.
Raleigh. That's going to be strike 1 as he swung at a pitch low. 0-1 count. Povich at 45 pitches as he enters the bottom of the 4th. Not too bad. That's going to be chopped foul.
That would have been ball 2.
0-2 count. It's really hard to hit a baseball, Trisk. Do you know that?
Okay, but if I practiced it every day, I'd be a lot better.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he also has an OPS of 994. Do you know what that means? Or are you going to be stuck on his 258 batting average? Here's the 0-2. That's in the dirt, ball 1.
It would be ball 3 if you knew those first 2 were balls.
He has 23 home runs already in June. Is that good?
Okay.
Is that good?
Oh, is this the guy that's leading?
I don't know if he's leading, but he's up there. Here's the 1-2, as this is going to be hit to right. That may get down, and it does get down.
Oh, wow.
Trying to make a sliding catch. I don't know if it's still in play or not. It is not. It went out of play, for that, so that'll be an automatic double. And it looks like he is shaken up. He had to make a big run, and he slid. It kind of looked awkward.
His leg looks a little limp.
So, yeah, he's sliding. And
oh, foul.
And then, ooh. And, yeah, that right knee went underneath the padding. That definitely could not have felt good.
But that was foul.
Oh, now it landed to the left of the line. Yeah, oh, that hurt.
Landed to the left of the line?
Yeah, just left of the line. Yeah, he's on second now. That's going to bring up Julio Rodriguez.
I thought that
Might be a little bit of an injury in right field. He's going to play through it as of at least for now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for strike one. Who was the better stout pitcher, Sid for? See, look, yeah, I told you that. I told you as it happened live, and I had a terrible angle. It happened again on the replay twice, and I told you it was good. And then you have the audacity on the fourth time to be wrong again, as that's going to be fouled back. Who was the better stout pitcher, Sid Fernandez or Bartolo Colon? Interesting. Well, I know Bartolo is more of, he's the meme. Everyone likes Bartolo. 0-2 count to Julio Rodriguez. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball one. 3.36 ERA for Sid Fernandez. Pitched for the Mets. Started off with the Dodgers. Then we went to the Orioles. Again, he always keeps it with the team that's playing. 1-2 count. That's upstairs, ball two. And the Phillies, then the Astros. Really solid, consistent, very consistent. Sid Fernandez, very solid pitcher. Here's the 2-2, and Julio hits this to center. I don't know if it's going to drop. It's going to drop for a base hit, and it looks like Raleigh's going to settle at third. So we have runners on the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. So I'd rather have Bartolo's career. But the better pitcher, I believe, is going to be Sid Fernandez. 3.36 ERA, 114 and 96. 4.12 ERA for Bartolo. He had 247 wins, but he played for 21 years, so, he's definitely wealthy. He won a Cy Young. Here is Arozarena. Runners on first and third as he hits this one foul. 0-1 count to Randy Arozarena, who's batting .214, OPS of .713. Mariners threatening to score. Povich sets, and we're going to have a pickoff attempt, but I believe he's safe and sound. And the Mariners fans are going to boo that because, again, if an opposing pitcher tries to pick off your runner, it is one of the greatest atrocities ever committed. Here is the 0-1, and this one's going to be hit to left. Left center field at the warning track, and he makes the catch for out number one, but that is going to score a run as Raleigh crosses home plate to get the scoring started. Here in the bottom of the fourth, it is 1-0. Was Bobby Bonilla better on the Pirates or the Orioles? I remember in the 80s there was a fragrance in New York City called Bartolo's Cologne. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and look up Bobby Bonilla's stats as we will not entertain the Cologne there. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low for ball one. Bartolo's Cologne. All right, Bobby Bonilla. Trisk says Pirates. Bobby Bonilla played in Pittsburgh in the 80s. Did he wear Bartolo's Cologne in the 80s? Do you have any fact check there? Here's the 1-0. That's going to be hit to third. There's 1 and 2. A double play. So good thing the Mariners were able to push one across there as we head to the top of the fifth. The Mariners up 1-0. Bobby Bonilla was actually really solid with Baltimore. Didn't play too much, but wasn't bad. He was actually really solid with Baltimore. He only played for 2 years, a year and a half, but he did pretty well. But he did get MVP votes as a Pirate, so I'm going to go with Pirates. Final answer. Maybe a little bias there. RBI, yes, a sack. Fly for Randy. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. And if you are a football fan, well, that's great news because that's my number one sport, and I will be doing football later down the road whenever it is preseason and then college and NFL. So hopefully I will see you there. Due up for the Orioles is going to be Kauser, Mayo, and Kjerstad. All of these hitters are batting below 200. I think that should be noted. Hitting the hay goodnight to retire early with AL. Yeah, sorry. It's just it's unfortunately an AL night. Bartolo's Cologne review. Now, as I walked, do I read this? You want me to read this?
You don't have to read it. I'm just showing you. Today would be a meme. But
Interesting.
Back in the 90s, it wasn't a meme. It was just something that people did and talked about.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, you have a good night, Sean. I will hopefully see you tomorrow, and if not, that's okay. That's okay. You know, you do what you want to do. But I'll see you around again. I'll be doing Padres Giants at 2:45 Central Time, and then of course early in the morning, I guess at 11 o'clock, I'll be doing Diamondbacks and Braves. 1-0 count here for Kauser. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 2. Orioles were so good last season. Don't know what happened. Yeah, it's very shocking. They look like a nice, young, rising team, and all of a sudden they are just bad, as that's going to be inside ball 3. A lot of Pittsburgh fans were like, well, we should be doing what the Orioles have been doing. They've been stockpiling talent, developing them really well, and, they've just fallen off the face of the earth. But Kauser draws the walk, and that's going to bring up Mayo with a runner on first here in the top of the 5th with nobody out. Looks like Trisk might be heading out because
I gotta wake up early.
Well, I know you gotta leave. That's okay though. Runner on first here in the top of the 5th. Orioles with the base runner on. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. That was yanked very far, but very foul. So 0-1 count to Mayo. Or it could be Mayo, but we're going to say Mayo. 0-1 count. Hancock sets. He's at 70 pitches. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. 1-1 count here in the top of the 5th. Again, Mariners up 1-0. That was thanks to a Rosarena sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 4th. Hancock is going to pitch over, but he is back safe and sound. 1-1 count. Kauser has stolen 10 bags this year, thrown out 4 times. Here's the 1-1, as this one's going to be hit to center, but it looks like Rodriguez is going to settle under it and make the catch for out number 1. So 1 away for the Orioles, and that'll bring up Kjerstad, who is batting 193, OPS of 562. I'll make sure I'll probably walk you out, here soon if you like. Yeah, the half inning. Runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a chopper to first. There's 1 and 2. A double play. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score, Mariners 1, Orioles 0. Might get OT for game 1. Really? 3-3. Yeah, 3-3. Panthers Oilers with 4:10 left in the 3rd. Wow, that's pretty good. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds. I'll leave the scores up. That way you guys can look at something. I understand. That's how social media is. You got to look at something. BRB. Sorry, guys. Had a Trisk over. Live in person. So, yeah, might have some overtime. Again, I don't think I'll be doing any of the hockey playoffs. First hockey game I plan on doing is next year. Penguins and whoever they play sometime in October or November. But again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. And again, I do baseball games. This is my second time doing a Mariners game, so if you're a Mariners fan, we do feature you on the channel. Just not as much, but if you are active, if you let me know about the Mariners and talk about them and, just are active, I'll get you in. I do a lot of NL West, have a lot of NL West fans, so, obviously a lot of Pirates because Pirates. But yeah, we do make sure we get, if you're a subscriber and you're a fan of a team, just let me know about it, and we'll get you in. As we're about to begin the bottom of the fifth, Moore, Solano, and Young due up here in the bottom of the fifth. Moore's batting .262, OPS of .796. Povich sets and delivers. That's a swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back, strike two. Doctor, did you like Bud Dupree as a player? I did. I was actually very sad when we let him go, and in fact, if I remember correctly, he got hurt in 2020, and I'm like, man, that's probably it for him. That's a shame. But, yeah, I heard he just signed with the Chargers today. Povich delivers the 0-2. That's upstairs, ball one. Would have loved to see him come back at some point. I don't think that's going to happen. But I like Bud Dupree. He was solid. Definitely got better once we got TJ. Here is the 1-2. That's chopped in the dirt for a foul ball. 1-2 count. Povich, the lefty, delivers the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Moore goes down on strikes for the second time tonight, and that's going to bring up Solano, who's batting .171, OPS of .407. Hancock not pitching bad. He is doing his job well. He is. Honestly, both these pitchers so far are doing a pretty good job. As here is the first pitch. That's right down the middle for strike one. 0-1 count to Solano. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left field, and that's going to be just foul. That was about a yard or two outside of the foul line. 0-2 count. As Solano was booking it down the line, apparently, so he has to slowly but surely come back to the box. Povich sets and delivers. That's going to be just low, ball one. And I'll be doing two games tomorrow. First one at 11 something Central, Braves and Diamondbacks. And then I'll be doing Padres Giants in the afternoon. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside for ball two. I am off tomorrow and looking like I'll be free for the day, so I should be free to do those games. Here is the 2-2. That's upstairs, ball three. 3-2 count. Young is on deck. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Nice little battle here. 6 pitches so far in this at-bat. Povich hasn't really pitched or hasn't really had to work hard, really, as that's going to be hit to second. Throws to first for out number 2. Povich is at 69 pitches through 4 2/3. Doctor, how do you feel about the base running interference? It happened during the Tech. I feel like it happens a lot for some reason in the college games, especially softball. Honestly, I don't really like the rule. I don't like base running interference. Like, I don't know, you're running. I don't think that it's not your fault if the ball's hit there or whatnot. As this one's going to be hit to center, but it looks like Hauser's going to find it. Or Cowser, pardon me. So that is all really for the bottom of the 5th. Nothing really doing. So we're going to head to the top of the 6th. Your score, Mariners 1, Orioles 0. I don't know. Does anyone else have any comments on base running interference? And here are your scores from around the major leagues today. Diamondbacks up 2-0 on the Braves. Tigers up 4-3 on the White Sox. Padres up 5-0 on the Giants. Twins up 1-0 on the Athletics. Mets up 3-0 on the Dodgers. Rockies, they actually sweep the Marlins. I wish there was like some sort of hand sign the Marlins do, and I would just do like a horns down version of it. I don't know. Don't know why I hate the Marlins, but I do. Brewers, they defeat the Reds 9-1. Red Sox 11, Angels 9. Pirates move to 62-0 on the season as they defeat the Astros 3-0. Nationals defeat the Cubbies 2-0. Indians over the Yankees 4-0. Blue Jays over the Phillies 2-1. And the Rays over the Rangers 5-4. St. Louis and Kansas City was postponed. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. Helps little old me out. Again, if you're a football fan, I'm doing football, college, and NFL later down the road once it starts. That's what me and my friend said. Also, there was an ump interference while the catcher was trying to throw. Really? An ump interference? How does that even happen? Like, what was he doing? Like, he had to have stepped forward like to... That's so dumb. I don't know. Baseball still has some rules in softball that they need to fix, in my opinion. It's still a nice, chill game, but I don't know. All right, Carlson, Holiday, and Rutschman are going to be due up here in the top of the 6th. Marlins is a pretty ridiculous mascot for a team. Maybe that's why. Maybe. I don't know. I had no problem with the Florida Marlins. Or maybe I did. I don't know. That's going to be in there, strike 1. Guardians is worse. Guardians, yeah. Guardians, honestly, isn't terrible, if I had to be honest with you. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be fouled back. And I think I know why. It's because the last, 5 letters of Guardians? It's the same as, like, Indians. Like, the last 5 letters. Guardians, Indians. Like, it sounds similar. My beef is, here's the 0-2. That's outside ball 1. My beef is with the Washington Commanders. Like, that is such a horrible name. I just can't stand Washington Commanders. Washington Redskins sounds so iconic. Washington Commanders sounds like, I don't know, that's upstairs ball 2. It just sounds so generic. Worst MLB mascot. I'd have to do a Google. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit left side, but foul. So her elbow hit the ump's mask, so the base runner had to move back to first, and tries to challenge it for battery interference. Wow. Guardian is like a parent guardian of a minor student. Well, I mean, I didn't really think of that. I was just thinking like some soldier or something. That's going to be hit to left, and Rosarena with the diving catch. Oh, what a play. That would have been a double. Rosarena getting off his feet for that one. I'd have to look it up, honestly. Look up some bad mascots. MLB mascots. Well, the Padres, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty bad. Here's the first pitch to Holiday. That's going to be a swing and a miss. MLB mascots. Give me them. 0-1 count. The Philly Fanatic is amazing. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball one. Mr. Met's good. Mariner Moose, no problem. Mrs. Met, okay. Clark, Pirate Parrot, Fred Bird, Swinging Friar. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be upstairs, ball two. Stomper, Slugger, Wally the Green Monster, Screech, Billy the Marlin. That's honestly not that good, yeah. Blooper, the Oriole Bird, Rally Monkey. Here's the 2-1. That's outside, ball three. Baxter the Bobcat, what? That makes no sense. Baxter the Bobcat in the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be in there, strike two. Good night, y'all. Early morning trip. Yep, have a good one. I just literally saw you out just a few moments ago. Hopefully you have a good night. Orbit, pause. Bernie Brewer, Lucille. That's clever. Mr. Redlegs, Mr. Red. That's going to be hit foul. I don't really like... I'm going to say the Swinging Friar. I'm sorry. It's just not good. It's not good. I'm sorry. 3-2 count. The Marlin one also is kind of weird. It just doesn't seem right. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Randy is a stud. Padres mascot is silly, but there's a historical connection to how the city of San Diego began, so I think it's not too bad. Fair enough. Fair enough. The Wildcat one, though, for Arizona, that makes no sense. I mean, unless I'm just missing it. You know? Does that make any sense? Like, I don't know. Diamondbacks. First pitch to Rutschman, that's going to be in the dirt, ball one. 1-0 count. Why in the world is this? Okay. Rutschman's batting .211, OPS of .640. It's been a low-scoring game. As here's the 1-0, and that's going to be hit foul. Thought we were friends. Nah, we are, man. It's just, hey, I'm not a fan of the mascot, It's just the way it is. Nothing personal. Just, I've seen better mascots. A 1-1 count to Rutschman, as this one's going to be hit to right field at the warning track. He's going to look back as that one is gone. Rutschman ties it up here in the top of the sixth. It is now 1-1. The secret reason you dislike the Marlins is because after you were born, Leyland left the Pirates to coach the Marlins for 2 years. Maybe. No, I don't think that's it. I didn't even know that. That's cool. I know he was on the Tigers. I didn't know he was on the Marlins in between. So Rutschman tying it up here in the top of the sixth, 1-1. And that'll bring up Gunnar Henderson's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And looks like we're going to have a little mound visit here. Hancock's been very good in this one. 89 pitches, though, so they're kind of keeping an eye on it. Might be his last inning. I imagine. No, so he's actually going to leave now. The coach got there, was talking with him. I thought it was the pitching coach. Apparently that was the manager. So we have a pitching change here at the top of the sixth. 1-1 is your score. Hopefully you like what you see and hit that subscribe button. Again, it does help out the channel a lot. Not just asking for the fun of it, I promise. There is a reason. Hopefully it is entertaining enough. This game is flying by an hour 20, and we're already in the 6th inning. That is pretty fast. Pretty fast. Also, if you are a football fan, I know both these MLB cities have NFL teams. The Seahawks, Ravens. I hopefully will see you later down the road this season. One, the Steelers play both these teams, so I'll be definitely doing these games. But also, I won't be just doing Steelers games. I'll also be doing other games as well. So who knows? I mean, I have to do a West Coast game. There's the 12 o'clock games for me. Then there's 3:05s. Obviously, it changes for time zone. So Seahawks could be featured, Ravens will have a lot of afternoon games, as they're a good team. Maybe not a lot, but, they're going to be on the 3:25, 4:25 thing. So I might be keeping an eye on my rival Ravens. You never know. So hopefully you hit that subscribe button as I'll be doing NFL. And I'll also be doing college. I'm already circling some college games I'll be doing. So hopefully I'll see you there as well. I promise if you subscribe, you will not regret it. Maybe you don't like seafood. I actually do not like seafood one bit. I cannot stand it. I probably just offended both of these cities' fans. Because Baltimore, big seafood there. Seattle, big seafood there. They're like, I don't want to subscribe to a guy that doesn't like seafood. I can't get mad at you for that. I will be a little sad, but I can't get mad. That's fair. And I'll be like, well, it's just not my thing. Not a seafood guy. All right, Henderson is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 259 batting average, OPS of 746 as we resume the top of the 6th. Gabe Spear is going to be pitching as that's going to be in there, strike 1. We'll just call him Gabe. 0-1 count. Gabe sets and delivers. There's the slider that's in there, strike 2. I just heard him say Spire. Spire with a 2.01 ERA, really solid whip below a 1 as it's a .9. So really great out of the bullpen this year. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But the Orioles do their damage as they tie it up here in the top of the 6th thanks to the Rutschman home run. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Your score 1-1. And again, feel free to chat away if you're new to the channel. I promise you, I do read all comments. It's not exactly the most popular channel, so you say something, I'll read it. And again, if you are a sports fan, I think this is the channel for you. D-backs up 2-0 over the Braves. Ryan Cascarelli. Get Paul Skeens some help. Well, unfortunately, I spend as much on the Pirates' payroll as their owner does, so I can't really help Paul Skeens out a lot. I don't know if you know this, Ryan. Droppy. But the Pirates are 62-0, so I have no idea what you're talking about. If you look at the standings page, I know it's kind of a sick joke that the MLB is doing on the Pirates, but for some reason it says they're 23-39. No, they're 62-0. So I don't understand what you're saying. Paul Skeens is undefeated as a starter. He's not. What is he supposed to be, like 4-6, 4-7? Like, what is this fake news that they're spreading around? It's ridiculous. No idea what you're talking about, Cascarelli. I tried, Ryan. They didn't like my ideas. Draven tried, Ryan. I don't know why you're hating. I don't feel like I should call you Ryan. But I am calling you Ryan. Thank you, of course, for stopping by, Javi. Do look forward to talking with you soon. So I'm sure there might be some college football I play with you guys, or maybe not. I don't really know at this point. It's kind of up in the air at this point. I actually don't know. If I don't do it, just know I really want to. But anyway, here is the pitch. That's going to be down low, ball 1. But, I kind of spilled a little bit there that I might not be able to play Dynasty mode with you guys this year. That's going to be very sad. But I don't know. This channel's kind of, it's improving, Here is the 1-0. That's going to be hit foul. Yeah, I've been averaging at least 50 subscribers the last 2 months. Hopefully that continues. And, it's making me do this more. 1-1 count here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 is the score. Povich delivers the 1-1. That's going to be low for ball 2. Two and 1 count. For those of you that you guys probably don't know, as here's the 2-1. That's going to be in there, strike 2. Ryan is a big LSU fan. I don't really know. I can't remember if he likes NFL. Nothing comes to mind as far as conversations we've had, and I don't remember baseball. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be inside ball 3. I'm trying to think here. See, Ryan and I have been on the opposite sides of arguments a lot when it comes to football, so wasn't much time for just small chit chat as that's fouled back. Though we were also on the same side of a lot of the times. So there's that. 3-2 count here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 is your score. Povich at 76 pitches. So if he gets out of this quickly, which, I mean, this is already the 6th pitch of the at-bat, he could be out here for the 7th, possibly the 8th. Would not surprise me. Here's the 3-2, and that's going to be fouled back. So Williamson trying to make me look like an idiot here as he's working this count. And the Orioles are actually starting to warm someone up. So look at that. Looks like I'm an idiot. As here's the 3-2. That's going to be fouled back. Three and 2 count. As this game kind of slows down a little bit. Povich delivers. Oh, and he hits Williamson. And there the boos now. They didn't seem to like that. But, I mean, I really don't think he was trying to hit him on a 3-2 pitch. So he's going to head to first there. And that's going to bring up J.P. Crawford batting .279 with an OPS of .779. Lefty on lefty. Povich sets, looks over at first, and delivers. That's going to be outside ball 1. 1-0 count. It's Povich now at 80 pitches as that pitch count just continues to climb. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be outside for ball 2. And again, I was complimenting Povich here, but he's already at 11 pitches with nobody out. 14, 20, 10, 13, 13, and 11 here in the 6th. Those are his pitch counts per inning. Highest is 20, but the other ones all between 10 and 14. This one's most likely going to be well over, as that one is outside for ball 3. So Povich just struggling after I started complimenting, so that's my bad. Might be the Pittsburgh-Baltimore thing. Maybe Pittsburgh sends some good compliments to Baltimore. Baltimore didn't seem to like it. There's a pickoff attempt, but he is safe and sound. As, again, like, you know, an away pitcher throws over to first for a pickoff. The home fans just hate that stuff. They can't stand it. It's like the worst sin is just to do that. 3-0 count to Crawford. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. So Povich, who had been very impressive, is struggling here as we begin the bottom of the 6th. And looks like we might see. Here is a coach. Unsure if that's the manager. I don't think it is. So we're going to have a little chat mound visit here. This Raleigh's going to be at the plate batting .261 OPS of .1003. Has 23 home runs on the year. I don't know what's wrong with my voice, but it's kind of relying on a lot of water. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I would appreciate it. Doctor, worst pirate you have watched? Ooh. Van Meter. I don't know if you remember him. Josh Van Meter. This guy was special. Batted 187, OPS of 558, OPS of, or WAR of minus .6. As that's going to be in there for strike 1 to Raleigh. Raleigh didn't seem to like it. But looking at the graphic there, it looks like he definitely was in there. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's going to be downstairs ball one. What is yes, I do? Yes, I do. What did I say? I do not recall what I said. 1-1 count. Povich sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to left. Will it get down? That is going to get down. 1 run's going to score. He's headed to third. Rally. Pardon me. Is out. My voice. Holy crap. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not having a great time right now. Holy crap. I'm fine, I promise. But we have a runner on third with 1 out. I may have had some water or something. All right, let me just breathe in, breathe out. I'm fine. Rodriguez is at the plate. He is 2 for 2 on base percentage. No, not on base percentage. OPS of 738, batting average of 250. Povich is going to exit here in the bottom of the 6th. As my voice, I think, may have just broken. That is unfortunate. All right, pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th, so bear with me as I try to recompose myself, as I almost just died on camera. That would have been terrible. Mariners up 2-1 over the Orioles. So, yeah, I don't know. This was going really quickly, but the game has kind of slowed down here in the later innings, as those are your scores from around the major leagues. I was thinking, I wonder if it'd be better if I didn't show my face. You know, like, get this ugly guy off the camera. You know what I'm saying? Then I keep the mystery going, right? Maybe that's what I need to do. I'm just the guy that you don't know who the heck. Then it kind of looks tacky with that ticker there. Draven, what do you think? Does this appeal more to the average fan if I just take away the camera? So yeah, pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th. That's actually how I'm gonna do this now. I'm doing it. No camera, and I have the highest viewers already. I can tell you this. It's already working. Take me away, and I become successful. How does that make any sense? So pitching change looks like Cano's going to come in for Povich. This is actually crazy. I can't believe I'm doing this. So Cano, 1.32 whip, 4.74 ERA. But we already know, so I don't know if it would. Yeah, but like, you know, for other viewers that come in, you know, because there's so many other, you know, people that click on and it's like, okay, I don't know. I guess you're right. You guys already know. But, like, the other viewers would know. You know, if that makes sense. Well, let's try it for the last half of the inning here. Here is the first pitch to Rodriguez. That's going to be a ground ball to short. He's throwing home, and he is safe. He is safe. The throw looked like it beat him by a mile. The throw was off, but the throw got there with plenty of time to tag him out. As we're going to go ahead and look at the replay. Well, I can look at it. You can't. Sorry, guys. Throw home. It looks like he got him. It looks like the throw and the tag beat him. But does the toe touch? That is the question. Did the toe touch? Yeah, actually, I kind of don't like this now that I think about it. We're moving it back, guys. I'm back. So on the replay, the throw is high to the right, but then he reaches down as Crawford is coming on to the plate. It looks like he beats him. It's close. Throw to Rutschman. He's reaching down. It's there. Just does the foot sneak in. I think he's out. But it's one of those things. The call on the field is overturned. He is out. So it's still a 2-1 game. Great challenge. Orioles manager is happy, but he also was like just shaking his head at like how the umpire can make that call. It was definitely questionable. So that means Rodriguez is at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Pickoff attempt, and he is safe. Looking at other scores from across the majors. Twins over the Athletics 3-0. Well, obviously that's the game going on here. Rays defeat the Rangers 5-4. Here's the pitch. That's inside ball. Draven, you got an update on the NHL score. I'm kind of interested in that one as you see the Pirates moving to 62-0. Look at that right there. Just amazing stuff. 1-0 count to Arozarena. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Rockies sweeping the Marlins. That is just insane. 1-1 count. Cano looks over and delivers. Rodriguez is on the move. Throws to second, and he is safe. That was close, but Rodriguez is just too fast. Still tied in overtime. Must be a heck of a game 1 as NHL's kicking off. When does, I guess the NBA soon. I just don't know when. Two and 1 count to Arozarena. We got a pitch off, or pitching stepping off. Nothing doing, though. He just kind of looking Rodriguez back to the bag. 2 and 1 count here to Arozarena. 2 outs. In the bottom of the 6th. That's going to be in there. Strike 2. So 2 and 2 count. Game 1 for NBA is tomorrow. Look at that. 2 and 2 count. Cano sets. And delivers. That's in there. Strike 3 called. As Arozarena doesn't even argue, he just took it there. So we head to the top of the 7th. The Mariners retaking the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. It is 2-1. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I do call, again, baseball and football later coming up this year. Hopefully I will see you guys there, as I think it'll be pretty fun. Football, once pretty much the Hall of Fame game starts, I'll be doing football. But yeah, we head to the top of the 7th. It is 2-1 Mariners over the Orioles. Again, I'll be doing, like pretty much everyone is pretty much going to do Iowa State and Kansas State. But I will probably have the subscribers vote for the game I do that evening. So you guys have a lot of control over what I cover on this channel. This game, you know, despite really not seeing many Mariners fans lately, I do have Mariners fans that are subscribed to this channel. So I went ahead and did the Mariners tonight. This all stems from a game. I do apologize. Hadn't really gotten to the Mariners in a while, but I did do them. I did interact with quite a few that day, and I am making good on it. I do apologize. It took me a while to get back to you guys, but here I am. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully we can connect there, and you enjoy what you see and hit that subscribe button. Again, I'll also be doing football, at least 2 games every Sunday, and again 2 games every Saturday. And I might be able to do 2 games. I don't know if I'll do 2 games on that opening Thursday, because I got to save my voice for my actual job on Friday. But anyway, that's later down the road. Hopefully, again, I'll see you there. Again, it's a channel for the diehard sports fan. That's pretty much what I am. NFL, really. College, I'm getting into. Baseball, I do enjoy it. I wouldn't say I'm a diehard, but again, I am here calling at least, it was at least 2 to 4 a week. Now it's kind of like 4 to 6, as I've been making sure I've been getting a stream in for the most part. 3 out of 4 days, as this one's going to be chopped foul. There have been some days where I'm able to do multiple in one day. You can see 3 days ago and all that stuff. Just flexing a little bit. 0-1 count to O'Hearn. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. O'Hearn batting .331. OPS of .950. 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout. 9 home runs, 23 RBIs. Here is the 0-2. That's going to be low for ball 1. Spire is a really solid reliever. Went over his stats earlier. We can do it again. ERA, that is a 1.99. Just absolutely fantastic. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 2. Also, again, feel free to chat away. Talk about whatever you'd like. I do read all comments. I don't know if I mentioned, but if you subscribe, it's free. I promise you will not have to pay a dime. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. So the count remains 2-2. Looks like the Mariners have Vargas warming up in their bullpen. Two and two count, and it looks like the umpire's going to come out. He's going to have a little chat. Looks like a baseball fell out of the bullpen. So we have a little temporary pause. Realistically, what could we get for TJ? Oof. Realistically, honestly, I want like 2 first, but I don't know if we get 2 first. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So O'Hearn goes down on strikes for the second time today, and that's going to bring up Arias batting .269, OPS of .671. For TJ, dude, oh, man. I don't really want to think about it. I mean, he's elite, but at the same time, he's like 30 and in a contract year. So honestly, I don't even know if we could get a first for him, to be honest with you. That's going to be in there, strike 1, because his contract, and I assume he wants to play for a contender. Yeah. I don't know. I hope we don't. It never comes to that, honestly. Here's the 0-1. That's upstairs, ball 1. Maybe a second. I mean, it would be great to get a first. I want to be so bad. Well, I mean, I want to be good. I obviously want to win playoff games. But if we're bad, we have to be bad to where we can get Arch Manning. If we don't have number 1 pick, then we need ammunition to trade up. As here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. So, I don't know. It's, I don't know. I'd hate to see him go. 2-1 count to Arias. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 3. Yeah, I don't know, Draven. This is it's a tough situation. Hopefully it doesn't happen. That's all we can hope for. 3-1 count. Spire delivers. That's outside ball 4. He walked him. So I don't know if that will be the end for Spire. It doesn't look like it. All right, here is Cowser batting .143, OPS of .679. Runner on first in the top of the 7th, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That's inside, almost hit him. Ball 1. I feel like it depends on how the season goes before deadline. Maybe next offseason. Honestly, I feel like if we trade him, like I don't think we trade him during the season. Like even if we're bad or good or whatever. If we trade him, it'll be like before week 1. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be chopped foul. Actually, chopped off his foot. That definitely did not feel good. So Cowser going to walk this off. As Cowser, again, he's 0 for 1 with the walk. That's just my thing. The Steelers don't really trade during the season, to be honest with you. Like, it's just something they don't do. I can't think of one. I mean, obviously there was a Minka, but that was like acquiring a player. I don't know about trading a player mid-season, as that's in their strike too. 1-2 count. To Cowser. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Ball 2. I think they are hoping Spire can pitch until the end of the 8th inning. Then they are bringing in their star closing. Yeah, Munoz has been fantastic this year. Here's the 2-2. That is outside, strike 3 called. Cowser was ready for the 3-2 count. The umpire didn't really feel like being there for the 3-2, so he rings him up. And that's going to bring up Mayo, who's batting 120, OPS of 274. And we actually are having a trip to the mound. That's actually going to be it for Spire. Spire is going to be gone after 19 pitches. And it looks like they're going to bring in Vargas, I believe, as Spire's going to get a little standing ovation. So runner on first, 2 outs at the top of the 7th. We have a pitching change, so they're going to step away. I, of course, cannot. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps me out a lot. It really does. I do appreciate you guys. I'll be doing 2 games tomorrow. Diamondbacks and Braves early in the day. That'll be at 11 Central Time. And then I'm doing Padres and Giants at 2:45 Central Time as well. So we got a doubleheader tomorrow. Hopefully I see you there. If you can, if you got work or you just got other things going on, I totally understand. Again, this is, I'm just doing this to see how it goes. You guys have a life, of course. You do your own thing. But I do appreciate you guys for stopping by as always. It is pretty good to see, some familiar faces or familiar names, I guess. As we have this commercial break, and of course he's going to have to warm up, so it's going to be a while. Let's look at some other scores from around the major leagues. Padres now at 5-3, so Giants might be coming back a little bit. Tigers, White Sox, that's 4-4 in the top of the 7th. The White Sox showing some fight against the 40-22 Tigers. The Twins up 3-1 over the A's. Mets up 3-0 over the Dodgers. And then those are your final scores from today. Very good stuff there by the Pirates, moving to 62-0 on the season. Just absolutely incredible. Really can't be. That's pretty good stuff. Vargas, 1.52 ERA as he faces Mayo. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside, ball 1. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs, ball 2. Almost hit him. This game was at an hour and 20 minutes as we entered the top of the 6th. It's been a while. It's taken a while now. 2-0 count to Mayo. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 3. Vargas wanted the call. Catcher wanted the call. 3-0 count to Mayo. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Vargas sets and delivers. That's low for ball 4, so he walks Mayo. So that puts 2 runners on for the Orioles, and that's going to bring up Kerstad, who is batting 192, OPS of 559. Runners on first and second, 2 outs in the top of the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That's in there, strike one. 0-1 count. Vargas sets and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike two. Very quickly, 0-2 count to Kjerstad. Vargas looking to get out of this jam, keep the Mariners still up 2-1 in the top of the 7th. Here's the 0-2. This is going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. It looks like the Orioles are going to score one. Kjerstad is going to chill at third, and he had a 2 RBI triple as the right fielder. I don't know who he was. Didn't really show much urgency. That was Moore. Moore was like jogging the whole time, lollygagging. Might be a lollygagger out there and right. That was pretty shocking as Kjerstad gives the Orioles a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 7th. And that's going to bring up Carlson here with Kjerstad on third, as that's going to be in there, strike one. Again, Moore didn't really show much effort out there, and you don't really have to. I'm not hating. It's just what I saw, and you can probably look this up later down the, whenever they release the, highlight video. Here is the 0-1, as that's going to be in there, strike two. Orioles taking the lead here in the top of the 7th. Again, Moore was not sprinting to that. I am going to be honest with you. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball one. 1-2 count here for the Orioles as they, you never know. Maybe this win is what, this could put them back into that conversation. Like, they need, they wouldn't put them in the conversation, but they can get a run going. Here's the 1-2. That's upstairs. Ball two. Again, they're 23-36. It's not a good season. I mean, that's around the Pirates, so that's obviously you're not doing well. But just a few wins here, a few wins there. It could add up. Here's the 2-2. That is going to be low. Ball three. They should have kept Spire. Yeah, it's looking like they should have, and Luis definitely not happy. 3-2 count. To Carlson, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a chopper to the first baseman, who's going to step on the bag, just beating Carlson for out number 3. But the Orioles do enough as they now lead 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. A lot of lead changes the last few innings. Of course, the Mariners were up 1-0 in the 4th. In the top of the 6th, the Mariners tied it up 1-1. Then the Mariners take the lead in the bottom of the 6th, 2-1. And then, of course, here in the top of the 7th, the Orioles taking a 3-2 lead. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I really would appreciate it. As it, again, just helping me out a little bit. One subscriber at a time. And if you are a football fan, I'll be doing football later down the road this season. So hopefully I will see you guys there. Tomorrow I am going to do a double header. I don't know if I can pull up his logos. I'm planning on doing the Diamondbacks. As this thing will load up eventually. There we go. Got that arrow there. Going to do Diamondbacks again at 12:15 Eastern. And then that game will end. I'll have a little bit of a break, and we're going to be back for Padres Giants at 3:45 Eastern. Hopefully, I see you guys there tomorrow. And if not, that's okay. Again, you guys are allowed to do what you want. It's your life. You live it to the fullest. Garver, Moore, and Solano are going to be due up for the Mariners. They are a combined 0 for 6 tonight, so not exactly a great part of the lineup. Looks like Dominguez is going to replace Cano for the Orioles. But we are not back, of course, as they're doing a commercial. Again, feel free to chat away in the comments. Comment in the chat, whatever you want to call it. I do read all comments, so we can chat about whatever you'd like. As we are returning to action, the Orioles up 3-2. Seranthony Dominguez, he's been around for a while. 5.06 ERA, so, I mean, that's doable. I will say, though, his opponent batting average is it's pretty low, 213. So I guess it's a lot of walks or home runs. As Mitch Garver is going to step in. He's 0 for 2, batting 200. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Mariners finding themselves now down here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 count. That's going to be low for ball one. Draven, if you're still there, do you got an update on that NHL game, Game 1, NHL Finals? Kind of interested in how that went. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2. Trying to see it in the chat. I don't know. Again, I do have that ticker, of course. Trying to make it a pretty cool experience. Looks like it's still in overtime. 3-3, 5:17 left to go. Very interesting. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be in there. Strike two. 2-2 count here to Garver. Orioles retaking the lead 3-2 in the top of the 7th. And that's where we stand here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 2-2. There's going to be a ground ball to short. Throws to first for out number 1. Looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter here. I doubt it would be related to the effort out there and right, but, I mean, this is the guy that is being replaced. Jorge Polanco coming in for Moore. Again, Moore was just kind of lollygagging, I felt like he was, to the ball out there and right, and that allowed 2 runs to score. And Kerstad to get in there at third. Jorge Polanco batting .255, 10 home runs, 30 RBIs, with an OPS of 793. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. 1-0 count. Former Pirate Rowdy Tellez on deck. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for strike 1. The 1-1 count. Dominguez sets and delivers. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Diamondbacks did hold on to win 2-1 against the Braves. I was wondering about that. 1-2 count to Polanco. Pinch hitting for Moore, who, again, just kind of lethargic out there and right. Dominguez sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. And that's going to bring up Rowdy Tellez, the former Pirate, for a year. Batting .207, OPS of 697. He's pinch hitting for Solano. 9 home runs, 24 RBIs. Here is the pitch, and that's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. One-0 count as the Mariners look to get a little rowdy here. Haha, yeah, I know. Sue me. 1-0 count. That's going to be in there, strike 1. Mariners fans not liking the call, though I don't know what was wrong with it. Or maybe they're booing Tellez. I don't know. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One and 2 count now to Tellez. Dominguez sets and delivers. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. He struck him out. So we head to the top of the 8th. The Orioles still up 3-2 over the Mariners. Only 7 hits combined for these teams, so it hasn't really been an offensive showcase. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. More than you'll probably ever know. I do appreciate it. Again, I'll be doing football later down the road this year, once football season is here, obviously. Until then, it is baseball season, and I will be, of course, doing baseball until baseball season is over, the regular season at least, and then might do a little bit of the playoffs, and then it's probably strictly football from that point on. And, of course, I'll be doing baseball next year as well. So I've enjoyed this. Maybe the Pirates will be good next year. Who knows? Wouldn't that be something? So 3-2 is your score, Orioles. Whenever we do come back to action, it's going to be Holiday, Rutschman, and Henderson. They are a combined 1 for 8 with a walk. Only 3 hits for the Orioles tonight. Again, not really much offense, to be honest with you. Just 7 hits total. Matt Brash looks like is going to replace Vargas. And I imagine, they definitely want to, of course, take the lead here and try to get Munoz back, in there. He's been dominant this year for the Mariners. All right, so they're returning to action here again. Holiday's 0 for 2 on the night with a walk and has struck out, batting .265, OPS of 746. So in steps in Holiday. Orioles just, for some reason, struggling this year. 23-36. I couldn't tell you why. Home Run Productions, 23. Hi, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoy what you see. Hopefully it's been an okay game. I can't tell you it's been a good game. As here's the first pitch. That's in there, strike 1. You got a team you're pulling for? I can't quite see that logo, so if it has one of these teams, I'm sorry, I could not tell. Brash with a 0.000 ERA. Very solid. That's going to be chopped foul. 0-2. 0-2 count here to Holiday. You had a baseball game today. That's cool. Are you, I don't know, high school? Or are you, I don't know, college? 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's high for ball 1. You want 1 for 2 with a triple? Heck yeah, man. That sounds fantastic. I actually just, baseball season's pretty much ended over here. That's going to be low for ball 2. I did a little bit of broadcasting for the radio station over here that I work at for the baseball team. The baseball team we were covering went to the semifinals in the UIL state tournament. As here's the 2-2. That's going to be fouled back. 12 of you, I got you. Well, that's cool, man. I didn't really play much baseball when I was younger. I played in 6th and 7th grade. And I did keep my own stats because I was always fascinated with stats. So my 6th grade year, I batted .270, around that area. I couldn't tell you the specifics. And I know in the 7th grade, as this one's going to be hit to left, looks like Arozarena is going to make the catch for out number 1. And then the 7th year, I batted like close to 200, and I was pretty much done. I was not good. I was not a good baseball player. Rutschman is 1 for 3 as he's going to step in, batting .215, OPS of .662. It was fun, though. That's good, man. Hey, baseball's fun. Baseball is a fun game to play. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be in there, strike one. It can be fun to watch. I prefer offense. It's it's honestly the only sport that I just love a lot of offense. Football, like I can still love a 13-10 game. As here's the 0-1, that's going to be chopped foul. Basketball, if it's like in the 80s, I don't mind that at all. You're batting 500. Well, dang. You just need to... I'm assuming you're probably batting in the top of the lineup because, yeah, that's pretty good. Might go to sudden death. Okay. That first game must be really good. Well, that's good, home run, man. That's fantastic. That's going to be inside ball one. Home run. You pulling for any of these teams tonight? You a Mariners fan? You an Orioles fan? Or you just a baseball fan that's just hanging out? Well, technically double overtime. Okay. Well, that'd be cool. That's going to be outside for a ball. You bet second. Okay. Yeah, no, this guy. Yeah, home run. You seem to be pretty solid. Seem to be a pretty solid baseball player. 2-2 count. Brash delivers as Rutschman pokes this to left, and that one is just foul, and I mean inches away from that chalk. 2-2 count. So they're going to show the replay here, and yeah, well, maybe a little bit more than a few inches, probably about a foot or two. 2-2 count. Orioles on top, 3-2. They retook the lead. Well, they took the lead in the seventh. As the Mariners, they were up 1-0. Then it was 1-1. 2-1 Mariners were up. And then the seventh inning, they scored 2. As this one is going to be hit into center. But it looks like Rodriguez finds it for out number 2. And, of course, again, the Orioles scoring 2 in the top of the seventh. And that's where we are, 3-2. In the top of the eighth with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Gunnar Henderson. He's 0 for 3 and 3 strikeouts. And home run, I mean, if you do like what you see, hopefully you hit that subscribe button. Again, every subscriber does help. I do appreciate it. I do call games as this one's going to be chopped foul. I've been averaging prior to the last few weeks, it was 2 to 4 games a week. But honestly, I think the last few weeks I've been doing about 5 or 6 games a week now. It's actually been pretty cool. Been able to... that's going to be in there, strike 2. Been able to, get out of, not that I'm leaving work early, but, the work schedule and all that stuff has been kind of favorable for baseball. 0-2 count here to Henderson. Here's the pitch, and he's going to hit this to left, but Arozarena's there to make a jumping catch for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and your score, Orioles 3, Mariners 2. Never mind, Oilers won when it came up to... Oh, I'm so sorry, Draven, no! I did not cost you the game-winning goal. Draven, I'm so sorry. Draven, you're such a great person, bro. I want you to know that, dude. You're always active in the chat, and I'm so sorry if I took that moment away from you, bro. I am so sorry. Oh, that's horrible. Jeez, I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad. Draven's a big hockey fan, and there's no way, because I've been asking him, like, hey, keep me updated, and gosh dang it, Draven, I'm so sorry, bro. Oh, Draven, you don't have to tune in for like a week, bro. You're good, bro. You can watch the replay. I see. Look, man, Draven's a good man. He is. We are headed to the bottom of the 8th. Orioles up 3-2 as I am just a jerk. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps. I mean, obviously, I'm not the most popular guy on YouTube. So, every just one, it definitely helps me out a lot. It really does. I do appreciate you guys. I mean, I'm doing baseball, obviously. Big football fan, much bigger football fan. So I'll be doing NFL and college whenever, of course, those seasons start. I'll even be doing preseason. So I'm ready for it. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. And if you're a fan of either of these teams, you might be a fan of those NFL teams, Ravens and the Seahawks. Steelers definitely play the Ravens, so I'll probably be doing both those games. But I'm not just doing Steelers games. I'm doing at least 2 Sunday games. So, Seahawks could be featured. I know they play a lot, of course, in the later window, and I'll be doing the later window. So we shall see, Just keep me up. I'll probably be doing votes. You guys will probably be voting on the games. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. And, of course, college as well. If it was Penguins, would be different. Yeah, no, for sure. You would probably unsubscribe. I wouldn't blame you. I would not blame you, honestly. All right, Gregory Soto is going to be pitching here in the bottom of the 8th, 4.58 ERA for the Orioles this year. Whip of 1.42. So he's been hit on. He is hittable, so that's good news for the Mariners as they are going to have Young come to the plate. He is batting .083, not exactly a fantastic year by any means, but baseball is a beautiful game where anything can happen. Lefty on lefty matchup, though. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be inside ball 1. So there was an automatic strike given. Apparently it took forever getting to the box. So 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's in there, strike 2. So already to 1-2 despite only 2 pitches being thrown. One and 2 count. Soto sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Soto looking good so far in his brief outing, as that's going to bring up Williamson, who's 0 for 1, and I believe he was plunked earlier, if I recall correctly. He's batting .245, OPS of .578. Doctor, do you hold on, wait. That's going to be in their strike 1. Do you watch Remember the Titans or Invincible? Oh, the football movies. Yeah. Those are good movies. I love Remember the Titans, and Invincible was a really good too. That was a really good football movie. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. Honestly, I love most sports movies, honestly. I'm not going to lie. There aren't many sports movies I can think of that I'm like, no, that's trash. 0-2 count to Williamson as Williamson's going to grab a new bat. Looks like the bat broke. He's going to add some, I don't think that's pine tar. I don't know what my favorite sports movie would be, though. I mean, Remember the Titans is up there. I'd have to think about it. I do like Moneyball. Moneyball's pretty good. 0-2 count to Williamson. Soto sets and delivers. That's chopped foul. So the count remains 0-2. Again, it's 3-2 if you weren't able to, look at the screen. If you're doing other things, that's perfectly fine. It's 3-2. I got scoreboards right there on the website. And, of course, down there I got my own little score bug for you guys. It's not really mine, but, Anyway, here's the 0-2. That's going to be down low ball 1. Of course, I got my own little Sports Center ticker for you guys. If you're a sports fan, you got to keep updated on what's going on. Here is the 1-2 to Williamson, and that is outside for ball 2. For the love of the game, I don't think I've seen that one. For the love of the game. Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with that one. 2-2 count. Soto sets and delivers. That's chopped foul yet again as he stays alive. He's been doing pretty good so far as that is concerned. My voice is chalked for the day. That's unfortunate. 2-2 count. Williamson's going to ask for time. Jeez, got to rest this thing for tomorrow because I'm doing 2 games for you guys tomorrow. Jeez. D-backs, Braves, and Giants, Padres. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be in there. Strike 3 called. Inside corner, no chance. 99. That was just straight gas. As that's going to bring up J.P. Crawford, who's 0 for 2 with the walk, batting .279, OPS of .781. It has Kevin Costner. And Angels, yeah, I like Angels in the outfield. That's good. That's a good one. Here's the pitch, and Crawford hits this to right. It has the distance, and that one is just foul. Crawford nearly tying it up. Oh, man. That would have been good for this game. Not a lot of offense in this one. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball 1. Yeah, I like Field of Dreams. That one gets to me. Like I guess in here, you know, that's a good one. Field of Dreams. 1-1 count. Soto sets and delivers. That's outside ball 2. But you know, I don't know. Maybe I just like maybe I like every other sports movie. I like Draft Day. I know Draft Day isn't exactly the greatest movie in the world, but I think that's pretty neat. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Grandma had it on VHS. VHS, man. My grandma has like all the VHS Disney movies. It's all neat. The neat little cases. Yeah. Good old days. I don't think you I grew up with the VHS. I'm a 90s kid. 2-2 counts. Here's the pitch. That's outside ball 3 as Soto's walking off the mound. But I did not get the call. VHS, yeah, I'd watch all the old Star Wars movies on VHS. Yeah, I watched a lot of stuff. Like some old 80s stuff on 80s football and on VHS. Here's the 3-2. Outside ball 4. Soto walking off the mound like he struck him out, but the umpire did not agree. And that's going to bring up Raleigh, who's 2 for 3 in tonight's game, batting .265, OPS of .1007. Really solid. Raleigh with 23 home runs and 46 RBIs on the season. Just a heck of a year so far for him. I did too because we had a VHS DVD player. Oh, okay. You guys are fancy. Now we just had one of each. Yeah, those were the days. All right, little mound visit here. So trying to strategize with Soto. Again, Raleigh has the power to pretty much give the Mariners the lead. I mean, he's already has 23 home runs. I mean, that is very, very good. And we'll click on him real quick and we'll see. You know, last year he had 34 home runs. The year prior, 30. He's a power hitter, and this year he's doing that and some. All right, Soto steps in. So does Raleigh. Soto delivers. That's outside ball 1. Way outside. Cal Raleigh batting .303 in the 7th inning or later. So he seems to do well against relievers. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Raleigh hits this one foul. So the count moves to 1-1. Mariners with a chance here to tie or take the lead with this guy at the plate. I think we won it at a raffle. I gotcha. 1-1 count. Soto sets. and delivers. That's outside, ball 2. Mariners, again, have a chance. They were leading in this one earlier. They led in the 4th. Orioles tied in the 6th. Then the Mariners took the lead back in the 6th. And the Orioles claimed the lead in the 7th. And that's where we are here in the bottom of the 8th. That's outside, ball 3. Soto really wants these spots, but that one was well off the plate. 3-1 count. Soto's going to ask for a new ball. Three and 1 count to Raleigh. Soto sets. Soto delivers, and that one is fouled back. Full count here in the bottom of the 8th, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Mariners, of course, down 2-3. Every pitch so far has been a sinker. Soto sets on the 3-2. And delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Soto flexes. So we head to the top of the 9th. Your score, Orioles 3, Mariners 2. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps a little old channel out like me a lot. It really does. Again, I do baseball games. I'll be doing 2 baseball games tomorrow. I understand I'm a Pirates fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I do a lot of Pirates games, but I do also do other games as well. Tomorrow we're doing Diamondbacks and Braves, and we're doing Giants and Padres. Hopefully I see you there. If you're just a baseball fan for the love of the game, well, I'll be here. We, of course, just chat about sports. You talk about whatever you like in the comments. I do read all comments. It's how I watched The Green Mile when I was a kid. Green Mile. I don't know what Green Mile is, to be honest with you. I haven't watched many movies. I won't lie. So it could be the most basic movie in the world, and I would be like, I have never heard of it, and I don't know what it is, or something like that. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. But yes, we are heading to the top of the 9th. Orioles 3, Mariners 2. And again, if you guys are also football fans, and I know, again, these 2 teams have football teams in your city, the Baltimore Ravens and Seattle Seahawks, I will be doing football for the NFL and, of course, college. So, if you're a Terrapin or, the Husky, Washington Husky or Washington State or, whatever, just let me know, and I'll try to cover your games. I'm already kind of taking requests. I'll probably have you guys vote for most of them. I know, of course, week 0, everyone in the world is probably going to be doing Iowa State and Kansas State. I'll be one of those sheep that are also doing that game. But I'll also be doing one of the evening games as well, and I'll probably have you guys vote for it. And then Thursday, I'm kind of eyeing some games, but again, I'll probably have you guys vote for it. And I will confess I cannot do anything on Fridays, but Saturdays and Sundays, I'm back. I'll be doing at least 2 games on every Saturday. Could do 4. I could do up to 4 if my voice will allow it. And then for Sundays, I'll be doing the first window of games and the second window of games. And, of course, if there's a game in, London, Ireland, Germany, whatever, I'll also be doing those games as well. So 2 up to 3. Could be 4 if I really wanted to do Sunday night, as here's the pitch to O'Hearn. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. But it's unlikely I do the Sunday night game, barring, unless it's like a vote and you guys really want me to do it. That's going to be hit to center, but that's right to Rodriguez, who makes the catch for out number 1. It has Michael Duncan and Tom Hanks. I know Tom Hanks. I have no idea who Michael Duncan is. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, when it comes to acting or like all that stuff, I don't really do movies or Hollywood, I guess. I don't know. Ramon Arias is at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Again, Leguima is in. He is the Mariners pitcher. He has an ERA of 4.5. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 1-1 count to Arias. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One and 2 count. Here to Arias. Mariners trying to hold the Orioles at 3 and, of course, make it a little easier for them in the bottom of the 9th. They once led 2-1. Now trail 3-2 as that's upstairs for a ball. 2 and 2 count. Linguima delivers. That's just outside ball 3. Three and 2 count. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Linguima delivers. That's outside ball 4, so Arias walks. And that's going to bring up Cowser, who's 0 for 2 with the walk and has a batting average of 136, OPS of 649. Have you seen the Scorpion King? No, I have not seen the Scorpion King. I think my parents had it on as, when I was a kid, and I got scared. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I'm actually not a fan of The Rock either. I don't care for The Rock. I think he's just fake. Too much smiling and laughing going on. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there. Strike 2. Yeah. I don't know. Just not a fan. 0-2 count. Though I do like Jumanji. I did like the new Jumanji movies. Those are pretty... Well, the first one. Second one was okay. I don't know. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be a ground ball. That's going to get through for a base hit. It looks like Arias is going to cruise into third. So we have runners on the corners here in the top of the 9th with just 1 out. And it looks like Mayo is going to make way for Rivera, who's batting .246, OPS of 592. So 3-2 here in the top of the 9th, 1 out, runners on the corners. And in steps in the pinch hitter, Rivera. Looks like they're having a little mound visit, so bear with me here as they strategize. Again, if you do like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. I try to do this. It has been 2 to 4, but the last few weeks I've been getting 5 to 6, possibly 7 streams in a week. Could go up to 8 or 9. I have had some double headers. It really just depends with work, of course. Here is the pitch to Rivera. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle. There's 1 and 2. A double play so they get what they need as the Mariners hold the Orioles to 3. So we head into the bottom of the 9th. Your score, Orioles 3, Mariners 2. So the Mariners need 1 run to push this to extras, or, of course, if they get more than 1 run, as you know, they will outright win this game and move to 33 and 27. The Orioles would fall to 23 and 37. But as it stands, the Orioles are the ones that would move up in the win column, 24 and 36. Mariners 32 and 28, and I think they would fall beneath the Astros. Or they would be tied. Well, no, they would fall a half game beneath. Astros did lose to the undefeated Pirates today. The Pirates moving on, I believe it's 62-0, Draven, I think, if I'm correct. So, very good stuff with the Pittsburgh Pirates. You're going to head out. I'll be back and forth watching you softball. Hey, no, man, you do your thing, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I really do, as always. You're always here, and I do appreciate you. But, you have fun. You have a good night. And, of course, I'll be doing 2 games tomorrow as well. Braves, Diamondbacks, and Padres, Giants. Hopefully I'll see you guys there again. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Might be the last time I get to promote myself. I know it's kind of annoying, but I'm the only one that's promoting myself, so no one else is promoting me. So, if you do like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps, little channel out a lot. It really does. And, again, I'll be doing football later down the road. That's more of my thing. You'll probably hear a lot more difference in the calls. Baseball, it's good. It's not my main. Football, though, I don't know. I actually do it for the high school and a little bit for the radio. So I don't know. I kind of a lot more passion. I'm pretty decent at it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Rodriguez is at the plate. He's 2 for 3 as Felix Bautista comes in here in the bottom of the ninth, is going to try to save things out. 3.66 ERA. Was very dominant at the beginning of MLB 25, the show, but all of a sudden he sucks now, so I can't use him anymore. That kind of is a bummer. 249 batting average for Julio, OPS of 735. So let's see how this works out for Julio as he's going to step in and face the fearsome Felix Bautista. Ten home runs, 32 RBIs on the year for Julio. As Bautista sets. And is still standing there and delivers. That's going to be low for ball one as we're underway here in the bottom of the ninth. The Mariners obviously just need 1 run to push this into extras. 2 gets them the dub and a half-game lead over the Houston Astros. Here is the 1-0 that's in there for strike 1. One and 1 count to Rodriguez. Bautista sets and delivers. That's in the dirt, and the ball actually hits the net. It skipped down. Catcher tried to do something about it, and it just went straight to the net. Luckily for the Orioles, no one was on. 2 and 1 count. Bautista sets and delivers. That's going to be popped up the right side of the infield. Holiday makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. That's going to bring up Randy Arozarena, who's 0 for 2, but he had the sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. Batting .213, OPS of 709. So Arozarena digs in 7 home runs, 25 RBIs on the year. Bautista sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped to short. It's going to be a tough play. Henderson can't make the play as he tried to grab it with his glove, and it kept bouncing around. And he actually tossed it to the pitcher when he was doing that. So no throw, as Arozarena is going to be on at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Tries to scoop it up, tries to do it again, and he ends up completing a pass to the feet of Bautista. Arozarena running it out just in case Gunnar was able to secure it. And that's going to bring up Garver. He's 0 for 3 on the night, averaging a 198 on the season. As here's the first pitch, that's high for ball 1. 198 batting average, OPS of 563, 1 home run, and 10 RBIs on the year. Runner on first. They may say second down there, but I do promise it's the first base. And we got a pickoff attempt, and he is back safe and sound. Again, something about baseball which I'll just never understand is when the away pitcher tries to pick off a runner, the crowd acts like you just shot one of their players as they boo the crap out of him. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch, and that's going to be outside ball 2. 2-0 count. Bautista in a little bit of trouble here. Again, he's kind of struggled as of late. Arozarena on first. Garver at the plate. Bautista delivers. Swing and a miss. And a ball at his shoulders. Strike one. 2-1 count. Bautista sets. And a pickoff attempt. And you'll never guess it. They boo and boo. And they're still booing. 2-1 count to Garver. Batting fifth tonight. I guess maybe he's come in clutch before. Again, he's not exactly the best hitter. 2-1 count. Bautista delivers. That's inside ball three. Bautista in a little bit of trouble here. Tavares looks like he's going to be the pinch hitter, or he's going to be coming on for Polanco. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch to Garver. Inside, ball four. So Garver walks, and that's going to put runners on first and second with just one out in the bottom of the ninth. And yes, Tavares is going to come out here batting .214, .557. Moore started this game, and I was very critical of his right field ability as he looked like he was just jogging to the ball. This was in the seventh inning. There was a hit by, I believe this was Kerstad, down the right field line. And there's a mound visit, by the way, so that's why I'm kind of taking this time here. Down the right field line, that scored 2 runs, and Moore was just jogging. I felt like he could run a lot faster than that. I mean, come on, there was not much effort there. Coincidentally, he's pinch hit for his next plate appearance, as the Tavares is going to dig in. With runners on first and second, bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Bautista looking back. And Bautista delivers. That's in there, strike one. 0-1 count, Tavares, pardon me. Runners in scoring position, he's batting .333, 1 home run, and 14 RBIs. Pretty solid. Here is the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Catcher does handle it well. That is Rutschman. 1-1 count. Handled well. 1-1 count. Bautista looking back at a Rosarina and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike two on a ball well out of the zone, but did have a lot of movement on it. A 1-2 count. Bautista sets. And he's actually going to step off. A 1-2 count here. Runners on first and second. 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. Orioles up 3-2. Bautista sets. Looks back at a Rosarina. Still looking at a Rosarina. And delivers. That's going to be low. Ball 2. Little staring contest with them. Rosarina smiles. Count is now 2-2. Bautista looks back and delivers. This one is going to be popped up. And looks like the infield fly rule is in effect for out number 2. So the Mariners down to their last hitter, or last out, I should say. And that's going to bring up Rowdy Tellez, who's 0 for 1. Did pinch hit for Solano earlier. He's batting .206, 9 home runs on the year. Runners on first and second, 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. And looks like we're having a pinch runner as Mastro Booney is going to be replacing Garver. Bautista sets. looks back at a Rosarina and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 0-1 count. Bautista sets. Looks back at a Rosarina. Looks back again and delivers. And this one's hit to center at the warning track, and it's going to be caught for out number 3. The Orioles hold on to win 3-2 over the Seattle Mariners. It wasn't exactly the most exciting game as there was only 9 hits total, but it was pretty solid though. As again, the Orioles moved to 24-36. The Mariners fall to 32-28. So congratulations to Orioles fans that tuned in. Of course, Mariners fans, hey, it was not a bad game. Hopefully, you liked what you saw and hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in a future live stream. I do live streams pretty often. So it's not just Pirates games. I do mix it up. I mean, there are a lot of teams that I will do. Again, it's just, whoever subscribes and lets me know about it pretty much. Like, hey, I'm a fan of this team. And then that's pretty much how these games happen. So hopefully I'll see you then. Again, if you're a football fan, I'll be doing football whenever football season is here. So, but yeah, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. That'll be Padres Giants. That's in the afternoon at 2:45. I'll be doing Central Time. And then the first game will be Braves and Diamondbacks. Hopefully I'll see you there. You guys all have a great night. Thank you so much for choosing me as your entertainment. And again, hopefully I'll see you soon. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. It won't cost you a dime. You guys have a good night.